So the next option simplifies and groups even more. It's show contributor per part. So it will take a single, for each part of the model, it combines every tolerance within that part. So with my frame, I've got 6 tolerances. They show up as a single contributor. And this lets me know which parts to concentrate on when trying to improve the quality of a model. So in this case, my frame is showing up as a top contributor throughout all of my measures. Tells me if I was going to pick a supplier to negotiate with to improve quality, I would talk to the frame supplier first. The next option is show contributor by tolerance, name, and type. So when building a large model, you often have parts that are similar or equivalent or even identical instances. So in this case, for this example, our 2 A-arms, we're assuming they come from the same supplier, and that supplier uses the same manufacturing and assembly processes for both of these. That means the location tolerances on these 2 cup locations are going to be equivalent. And when I made my model, I gave these tolerances the same names and the same types. So now in AAO, when I click on this grouping option, it will combine those tolerances from the upper and lower arms into a single contributor. Lets me see how important the combined effect of both of these are to the camber angle, and since when I'm negotiating, it tells me I want to look at the manufacturing processes for both A-arms at once. Finally, my last new grouping option is show contributor for the process capability database. So that's the new functionality that we reviewed in the last webinar. If you missed it, let me explain that traditionally when building a model, a 3DCS user had to input each range and each offset separately for every tolerance. And if they needed to update or change tolerances, they had to do it separately for each tolerance in their already created model. Now, we can link each tolerance to an outside database, or usually a CSV file, and automatically update based on changes to that CSV file or importing a new CSV file. So if I click the link to database, it shows the database that I made for this demo model. And for my parameters, I can link multiple tolerances to the same parameter. So when I do that, and I group, it takes all the tolerances linked to a single parameter and groups them as a single contributor. So in this case, I've taken some of my size tolerances. I'm treating it as though they come from the same supplier, and they're taking these 2 cups, they're identical, they're putting them in both A-arms, so they have the same variation. I can also use this process capability database to bring in new sets of plant data into my model. So yeah, these new grouping options should make it much easier to understand how the contributors are affecting the measure results.